So we have Nightbot. And there it is. So keep calm, don't caps lock and all that. Nightbot will silence you forever if needed. Well, there is no raffle going on right now. We are just waiting for the game to start. And I have some more information about those two teams. Of course, we have talked about MOUZ sports already. Let's talk about PENTA. We have agreed that Cash will be probably PENTA's map and Mirage will be won by MOUZ sports, so we probably head on to Dust 2. And those two teams have not faced off on Dust 2 lately. And let's see how PENTA performs on Dust 2. They have won 16-4 against MyXMG on Dust 2. And they have won 16-8 against Allegon in the Fragbite Masters qualifier on Dust 2. And they lost against Alternate 16-9 in the EPS. So mixed results. I would go for MOUZ sports. 2-1 in favor of MOUZ sports will be the end of the match, basically. That's my guess. I think a really close scoreline on Cash and a major defeat for PENTA on Mirage, and then a close match on Dust 2, hopefully. Now let's go live with the 9th round of the ESL Pro League qualifier final between MOUZ sports and PENTA. It is a best of 3. 9th round on Cash is not looking to be too strategic, even though it is highly CT favored. Now Ligia is the last man standing for MOUZ, and he will be taken down easily by PENTA, who will probably decide to start on the CT side. As you can see yourself, they instantly switch, and PENTA will start on the easier side on Cash to have the the downhill advantage starting into this best of 3. Well, the quality should be alright right now. The maps will be Cash, Mirage, and Dust 2. I almost said Dust 3. PENTA now in the piss round on the CT side, starting with a 3-man setup. MOUZ sports is boosting into middle, and they will try to get early control of middle, a very important part of the map. And now they just have 2 players in middle hanging out, controlling A. Nobody on A for PENTA. They are going for the full retake. 2 players waiting in the back to make that retake happen. And MOUZ sports actually unluckily decided to go for the B bomb site. They have 5 players now on the doorstep of the B bomb site waiting for the go to happen. Dennis Zog with a nice headshot onto Ligia to start the fragging into this match. Great headshot. Crystal on top of those boxes. Great positioning to be on top of the smoke and see everything. Chris J is the only one to get one as Speedy takes out Gobby, and Chris J with 2 nice headshots of his CZ75. What a start by PENTA Sports to open up onto MOUZ sports in that piss round. Only 1 CT got taken out. And this really looked convincing by PENTA. They had that strategy sorted out from the beginning. The two players were just waiting for the terrorists to make their stint on the B bomb site, and were instantly rotating. Now it's more spots on the safe, obviously. They will try to hit the A bomb side. Robson with the first onto Ligia, but Goppy squeezed out that frag onto Dennis. Now Robson in a hard spot, being battled by three terrorists coming in from main A and side entrance, but Felix covers him nicely with 2 frags. No problem for Penta, losing only Dennis. And even though Felix was really low on HP, he stayed back, made sure he stayed alive to hold on to his weapon. And Penta with a decent showing in the first 2 rounds. No problems for them so far. Mousebots now with the P250 buy. No armor though. Just trying to get a few frags and make it as expensive as possible for the CTs. Mousebots once again going for the 5-man middle advance. 3 CTs on A waiting for them to make their move. 1 is coming in from middle as well. Now they just start the fragging. Felix with the first onto Christian Ligia. Now might get a frag, but only the headshot. Felix still standing with 3 HP, not the following shot. Unlucky for Mousebots to not get that frag onto Felix, who took down 2 of their players. Now it's Tapson alone on the B bomb site. At least he got himself on the bomb spot. Without the bomb though, it will not help him winning that round. Crystal takes him out with the CSAT 75. And Penta once again lose only 1 player. So 3 kills in 3 rounds for Mousebots. If we keep going like that, we will see that very harsh defeat for them. But now they're back on weapons. And we see the first 2 AWPs in the hands of Crystal and Chris J. Let's see where they're going. Crystal takes his AWP into middle, while Chris J is pushing into B alone. Daring move by him, but he doesn't spot anyone as Dennis left the game. He disconnected after being killed by Alu. He's raging already, probably. 3-0 the scoreline. And Mousebots with the first chance to get around on the board with their weapons. But Speedy takes Tapson out. Alu with the refrag onto middle, onto Crystal, who was caught in the open. Now Penta with the rotation. 2 players coming through middle, trying to reinforce the B bomb site, where Mousebots is already positioned themselves. 3 players over there. Alu with the next frag onto Robson in middle. Felix pulls 1 back, but Chris J silences him. Speedy now alone in a 1v3 situation. This looks pretty good for Mousebots, as Speedy is down to 22 HP. He doesn't have any nades left. And now he's retreating to save his weapon, trying to line up an exit frag if Mousebots is going to be greedy. And actually saves the AWP that Crystal dropped, to make it as least expensive as possible.
Terrorists win.
Now Mousebots with the first round on the board. Penta still has the money to buy up. But if Mousebots wins this round, the CTs need to save, and this is the chance of Mousebots to gain some momentum and get themselves maybe even 4 rounds on the board. And this is obviously the scoreline that the terrorists are looking for. 4 or 5 rounds on the board is a decent halftime score for the terrorist side. If they manage to pull out more, obviously it gets better and better for them for the second half. It is kind of comparable to Nuke, in my opinion, as Chris J gets the opening frag onto Speedy, who was alone on B. He pushes through towards the CT spawn alley and controls that with his scope. Now he's calling in for the rotation of his terrorist mates. Tapson and Goppy move in. Dennis with the refrag onto Tapson, who was carelessly moving into vents. Gave away his position way too easy. Now Alu still lurking around in middle, getting himself a frag, but then gets shut down by Robson. Crystal with the opening frag on the B bomb side. And now he changes AWP for the M4A1. Took out another player with that, as Christian now suddenly is all alone. He takes one out, but Felix gets a headshot. Penta kind of recovered from that very badly looking round. MOUZ already had the B bomb site under control. They just failed to put down the bomb thanks to that frag by Dennis onto Tapson, who was moving in through vents with the bomb. Well, you can actually, you should be able to select lower quality, aren't you? The select quality should pop up. Well, let's keep it to the game. Penta sprays down the A echo round push by MOUZ without any problems, only losing Dennis in the process. Felix with that peeking shot onto Alu. Great shoulder shot, basically, by him. And yeah, Penta was just doing great in that crucial round before, when they were able to regain control of the B bomb site, even though MOUZ had basically 3 players in there already. And now MOUZ is reeling 5-1, 4 rounds between them and the CTs. They go for the second AWP for Chris J, and he doesn't see anyone, even though he's boosted onto the spawn truck. Nice cheeky position by him as Crystal tries to get some information on the B bomb site. He's pushing forward a little further, and he doesn't get the frag. Nice kill by Tapson to open up on the B bomb site. Now it's the CT's rotation. Dennis and Speedy get pulled to the B bomb site. Felix has control of middle, but he will be opposed by Gobby, who gives away his position. Now, oh my god, didn't Felix spot him? He just went in there and didn't see him. Now Felix retreats, tries to maintain control of middle without getting taken out, as Chris J gets that frag through the flames. Felix goes down, 3v5 situation in favor of MOUZ. Now Tapson just needs to control the B bomb side, and he gets caught with a nade in his hand. Doesn't go down though. 72 HP remaining. Robson on the A bomb side takes out Alu with a nice headshot, but the terrorists decide to go for the A bomb site nonetheless. Robson in the corner gets himself the second frag of the round, controlling the A bomb site. Dennis chimes in with one as well to cover his teammate. 3v2 situation. Penta once again turn it around. Tapson desperate to get the frag onto Robson in the back of the bomb site. Takes him out with a desperate spray, but Dennis is still lurking around together with Speedy. He disposes of the last 2 terrorists. Penta takes it 6-1, and MOUZ once again couldn't capitalize on the better position. They had the 3v5 situational advantage already, and they couldn't get the round into their favor, which is obviously putting a strain on their money. Now they're back to saving, and the CTs have some time to relax. They have 4 players on the A bomb site. Dennis with the first one onto Chris J. The rest of the terrorists is pushing in. The bomb is already lost in the open. The CTs will all rotate to the A bomb site, and it's happy fragging time for Penta. Liga with the only frag onto Felix for the terrorists, and the rest of his squad gets demolished by the CTs. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Felix on 10 frags, 8 for Dennis. And on the other side we have 5 for Alu and 5 for Chris J. Obviously MOUZ don't have their usual in-game leader with them. Goppy needed to stand in for them. And maybe this is the reason why MOUZ doesn't do as good as they could on those 5v3 situations. Maybe Gobby's calling is not adjusted to his players, and there might be misunderstandings, of course. Stuff like that always happens, and if you don't know each other as well as you could, it obviously gets easier to misunderstand your teammate. MOUZ Sports with the next weapon round though. They spend the time spraying away into middle and moving their forces towards the A bomb site, but Dennis is already on the boost spot, able to ambush Tapson as he moves around. Gobi though this time has the bomb, so there's no problem with Tapson being taken out at the back of his team. MOUZ still has the bomb under control, and Dennis retreated back into middle. Now he's rotating towards A as MOUZ makes their way into the bomb site. They don't spot any CT whatsoever. Dennis and Christian exchange frags. Gobi pushes through with a nice AK spray. He takes down, no, actually Legia robbed the frag of him, and this leaves only Crystal standing on the CT side. 3v1 situation. Gobi, Legia and Alu hold on to the planted bomb, as Crystal is probably not really trying to retake the bomb site. He's just trying to get an exit frag, and then he will scare off and save his AWP for the next round. And nobody to spot for Crystal. Terrorists take the safe route to exit the bomb site through the back door. And that's it. MOUZ Sports with a second round on the board after giving away 4 in a row. They're now back on track, but they didn't force the CTs to save yet, so they need to overcome another rifle round before they can actually lean back a little bit and relax and get an easy round on the board. 7-2. If MOUZ Sports wins this, they might make it 7-4, and this will actually make the game look not that bad for MOUZ. So it's not over yet for the German legends. Dennis, Liga and Alu exchange frags in middle. 3v4 evolving, and Christian with a mad push with his AWP takes out Robson in middle. He advances even further with a great pop flash that he threw himself. He takes out Speedy. Crystal now all alone, and he gets taken out by Christian as well. Great round by the Netherlands. AWP 3-7 now thanks to his push. He completely caught the CTs off guard. A daring move to say the least, but he got rewarded with 3 kills and a round for his team. Now MOUZ Sports, as I said, can relax a little bit and take on that echo round by the CTs. Christian with the first onto Dennis into middle, and MOUZ Sports stick together. They have 2 people in middle, but they didn't check the corner where Felix is hiding. Tapson with a refrag though takes him out, makes it a 3v4. Now Christian with a 2v4, and Gobi with a frag onto Robson. Ligia seals the deal, saves the back of his teammates and takes out Speedy. 7-4. As I said, MOUZ Sports was hanging back a little bit, taking it easy, and only lost 1 player, which is obviously a big factor for them, as they now have 3 players basically on 7k who can buy and drop for the teammates if anything goes south. 4 more rounds to go in this half. Let's see if MOUZ Sports can get 5 rounds on the board. Alu with a great headshot onto Crystal takes out the middle defender for the CTs. Now the CT squad is separated into 2 2-player squads, and they don't have too much control on middle. MOUZ Sports could try to abuse that and force the CTs on a rotation, then ambush the players that are trying to get there from one bomb site to the other. But Christian just takes it in his own hands. Once again, he's pushing into a bomb site alone, takes out Dennis with his AWP, and he advances even further as Liga in a spray battle goes down to Robson though, and Speedy with the knife kill onto Christian on the other side of the map. 3v2 now. Nice kill by Speedy to ambush Christian, who was trying to get the upper hand on the B bomb site. And Alu with 2 frags in middle seals the deal. 7-5 now in favor of Penta, but 5 rounds on the board for the terrorist squad is quite a big number already, and Penta needs to save now, and this will enable MOUZ Sports to probably clinch another round and make it 7-6. Speedy with a scout in middle. Trying to equalize the money, probably. And actually, well, he didn't really equalize the money. Kind of threw away the money. Out of the window it goes. And let's see, MOUZ goes into the A bomb site. Liga with 2 nice kills onto Felix and Robson, who was close by to the door. Chris J just pushes forward with his Tech 9. He doesn't even need his scope to get the kills. He just takes a pistol to do that. 5v2 situation. This save round will probably be flawless. Chris J with another headshot of his Tech 9. And as I say, it will probably be flawless. Speedy squeezes out a frag onto Tapson with his scout, but that's all he could do. Liga with his 3rd frag on the A bomb site take makes it 7-6, and actually Penta doesn't look too strong anymore. MOUZ Sports has a really nice half on the terrorist side so far, but I'm curious what Penta can do on their terrorist side. Obviously they should be spread out. They should have a lot of different strategies and tactics and smokes and flashes, and maybe they can pull it back on the second half. This is the second last round in the first half of the ESL Pro League qualifier final for the Germans. Alu and Dennis exchange 2 frags, making it a 4v4 situation. And Robson in the back of that bomb site, he always is there, and it's so easy to adjust your play if the player is in the same spot all the time. He gets exposed easily as Speedy and Hobson trade frags. It's a 2v3 situation. Christian decides to take the position on top of the crate and takes out Dennis. Great shot halfway through the smoke. Crystal now is alone, gets a leg shot by Chris J. 17 HP remaining for Crystal. He's still hanging around that corner. He should retreat as fast as possible and try to save his weapon. But there is Tapson from the CT spawn alley. He takes him out and makes it 7-7. Actually, MOUZ Sports now has the chance of winning that first half. And this would be something really, really weird, in my opinion at least. As Cash is definitely CT-sided, MOUZ Sports overthrew the momentum and got themselves 6 rounds in a row. Not letting Penta get their feet on the floor again in this first half. Dennis now goes down to Alu. Once again, the middle is returning, and basically the control point of the map. If you control middle, you control everything basically, and MOUZ Sports is going for the middle control early on in the round. They get that frag over there, and from then they can easily adjust their gameplay. And that's what they do at the moment. They push through middle, take control of that. Smoke will cover them from A, and now they move towards the B bomb site, leaving Penta guess, and Penta guessed wrong. They have 3 players at A, and they couldn't help Crystal at all. Gobby takes him out easily with a headshot. 3v5 situation. Penta needs to retake. It's the last round of this half, and they will try to go for that without any nades. Well, okay, Felix has 1 flash, but he gets taken out by Chris J straight away. 2v5, Robson and Speedy in a desperate attempt to retake the bomb site. Speedy doesn't get his frag, he should have gotten that, and Tapson takes out Robson on top of the bomb site. 7-8 now in favor of MOUZ Sports. What a great half by them, and what a great half by Chris J as well, who took down 16 players in 15 rounds. 11 for Alu, 12 for Dennis, 11 for Felix. And it looks pretty hard for Penta to come back into this half. They need this pissed round, and if they can't get it, I don't really see Penta coming back into this half. Let's see what they try to do. They have the boost that was played by MOUZ will be played by Penta as well. They have 4 players over there. As Liga takes out Crystal at B. MOUZ was going for the B aggression. Now Penta needs to capitalize on that. They need to make a move and control the rotation, but they don't really do that as Felix takes out Chris J in vents. This is the opening frag they needed, but they lose another player in middle. Now Speedy takes out Tabson. The last B defender has fallen. It's a 3v3 situation. Penta will surely plant the bomb in just a second, and now it's up to the CTs to retake the bomb site. Legia already in a battle, losing 50, going down to 54 HP. Goppy down to 40, but that nice nade by Legia takes down the terrorists to low HP. It is 19 or 15. Not sure who is. It is Robson who is down to 19 HP. And that retake. Goppy, Legia and Alu chime in with 1 frag each. In a second, the bomb site gets swept by MOUZ Sports. Great timing to make a move together and not go in 1 by 1. And this actually rewards MOUZ Sports with the pistol round. 9-7. Now Penta needs to kind of squeeze out something special to overthrow the momentum. MOUZ Sports is now cheering themselves on, probably after winning 8 rounds in a row. They must feel really confident. Penta is going for an AK in the hands of Dennis. They dropped that and kind of juggled it around. So Dennis ends up with the nades, with helmet and armor and an AK in his hands. He is the go-to player for them, and he's moving up into middle. Gets naded a little bit, but only goes down to 85 HP, so no real damage dealt. Now he tries his luck on the B bomb site. He is definitely the entry fragger, and MOUZ doesn't really know that he has that AK in hand. So they need to watch out if they get surprised by him. The terrorists might actually get the advantage just by purchasing that 1 AK. Dennis catches another nade down to 71. Slowly but surely he will go down if he catches any more nades. Now he's taken his nade out, doesn't even fire a single shot of his AK and goes down to Tabson. And in a second, MOUZ just clean up that terrorist push. Dennis with the bad timing to pull out his flash grenade and got punished for that. Didn't even fire a single shot of his AK. MOUZ Sports was kind of lucky, as Dennis could have posed a few problems to the MOUZ defenders on the B bomb site. If he moved in with a pop flash or something like that, he could have won that round for Penta. But like that, they are going down. They're going for a straight B push. Tabson disposes of 2 of them. That's a 3v5 situation. And Chris J is holding on to middle with that Tech 9 alone. 3 kills. No, actually only 2, as Gobby was assisting from behind. But Chris J is such a monster with that Tech 9. It's unbelievable. He doesn't even need his scope. 11-7 now. First rifle round of the second half. Penta with the scope in the hands of Crystal. No AWP for the CTs. So if Crystal gets those opening shots uncontestedly, the terrorists might pick up the pace and actually turn that round into one of their own. UMP for Chris J. Note that. He actually is not upgrading his weapon so far, and he decides to go for the SMG. Well, MOUZ Sports really feels confident. That's the least you can say about that. And let's see where Chris J is actually hanging out. He has a cheeky position as well. He's really on top of his game right now. He's pulling off those cheeky kills, those awesome pushes into the bomb site. He's going in there alone, and now he has all the information for his teammates. There's nobody on A long. Maybe they will approach from A main, and that's what they're gonna do. Gobby turns around to take out Speedy, who was the back pusher for the terrorists, and Alu with a 2K spray down onto Felix and Crystal, who were coming in from middle into the A bomb site, disposes of them and relieves the stress of his teammates. Now it's a 4v2 retake situation. Chris J is coming in from A main. The CTs will rain into the terrorists who are trying to hold on to the bomb site. Tabson takes out Dennis, and his second frag of the round finishes off Robson. Legia now jumps into the flames to defuse the bomb. 12-7 in favor of MOUZ Sports. Great play by them. They really don't give a single damn They just play their own style. They do whatever they want. And they kind of let Chris J do what he wants as well. Overall, decent play by the German legends. Now Crystal doesn't have the money to afford a rifle, so he's going for the CZ75 and the nades to be the support player for the terrorists in this round. The rest of the squad has purchased AK-47s, and they will push through middle, and they will be disposed of by Gobi and Chris J. From every corner they are getting shot at. The terrorists are just trying to get some swift play going, but it actually turned against them. They were not able to control middle. Now they have Speedy and Robson hanging on to whatever is left of their squad. And MOUZ is obviously moving in. As I say that, Robson takes out Christian and Gobi with a great spray in middle. When I kind of thought they were down and out already, Robson is coming back, but he's down to less than 10 HP. And it's no problem for Alu to kill him with a CZ75. Robson almost got me excited in this situation, but now it's 13-7 in favor of MOUZ. 6 rounds between them and their counterparts. 20 frags for Chris J, 17 for Alu, 15 for Tapson. On the other side we have Dennis with 13 and Felix with 12 frags. Penta with a save round. MOUZ, as I said, doesn't give a single damn. Legia with the first onto Speedy. Robson now with the Tech 9 makes Chris J feel his own weapon in the B bomb site, takes him out, and the bomb plant goes through, but it really doesn't matter at all as Tapson takes out 2 on the retake. They're already on the defuse. Robson will try to hold on to that AWP that he got off of Chris J, but a nice little flash by Legia will blind him and get that free kill for Legia. 14-7 now. Double score for MOUZ. 2 more to go to win the first map in this best of 3 ESL Pro League German qualifier final between Penta Sports and MOUZ. The more or less European team of MOUZ against the up and coming German team who are qualified for DreamHack Winter and now try to qualify for the ESL Pro League. Chris J with Crystal. Chris J and Crystal. No, Crystal with the first frag. Speedy follows it up onto Alu. And as quick as that, Penta Sports has the upper hand in this round. Chris J is down to 33 HP as well. He needs to watch out. A nade could easily dispose of him. And there are 3 HE grenades left on the terrorist squad. He's moving into B with a pop flash. Just that running shot of his AWP disposes of Robson. 3v4 situation. Christian now needs to hold on to the bomb site. Gobi is trying to support him as Tapson moves in from behind. He takes out Crystal. Christian with another one onto Speedy. It is a 2v3 situation. And Tapson takes out Dennis and Felix to get his 3rd frag of the round. MOUZ turning that round on its head. And that 3v5 situation gets turned around by Chris J's AWP play and Tapson's backstab. MOUZ really playing good right now. 15-7. They have 8 match points and Penta didn't get a single round on the terrorist side. I thought, or I hoped, that they have some strategies that they could use to overthrow the momentum of MOUZ and get back into that game, but it doesn't look like it. Alu with the mortar nade onto Dennis, blows him into oblivion. Speedy with the frag onto Alu to equalize it back to a 4v4, but Robson is down to 12 HP, and he's basically a free frag for anyone that spots him first. As MOUZ has a 2-1-1 split at the moment, and Penta is gathering their forces in front of A. They will make their move right now. A middle is smoked off. Gobi can only take out 1, even though 2 players have been lined up for him. But it's Felix and Speedy with the next opening frags for the terrorists. As Liga moves in to take out one of the terrorists. It's a 2v2 situation. Speedy tries to hold on, but he got spotted already. Now Liga moves in to take out Felix. Speedy retreats into the door, but the bomb is not planted for him, I believe. Tapson and Liga will now make their move together. Speedy is down to 21 HP. He desperately tries to intercept the defuse, but it won't happen. Tapson takes him out. 16-7. 22 frags for Chris J. 21 for Tapson. Great play by the two, well, not two Germans. They are actually one German and one NL player. Now Penta on the other side, 14 frags for Speedy and Felix. And only 6 for Crystal, who was usually one of the go-to players. No, I won't tell you the horse joke again. But yeah, Crystal being the go-to player usually, he's kind of lacking right now, and he got shut down by Chris J. Couldn't really do that much. And if you don't have the economy to purchase your beloved AWP, you're kind of left being the support player that is not meant to be a support player, but is meant to be the entry fragger. And that's kind of hurting Penta's gameplay right now. On the other side, we obviously had Chris J, who was playing not only great on the terrorist side, but just as great on the CT side. And I'm definitely not fanboying him, but it is really, his gameplay was great today. Tapson is obviously performing really good as well at the moment. With his backstabs, he turned around a lot of those rounds that were usually going to Penta Sports, and he enabled MOUZ to stay in that game. Nah, wait a second. I need to reconnect to the server. Yeah, they have problems switching the map right now, but I welcome everybody that tuned in. I am Boo from Germany, and you're watching the ESL Pro League qualifier final. Yeah, Wallhack confirmed that inside joke. I hope the guys that get it will be laughing right now. But this is the English stream, yes, even though I have that slight accent that gives away that I'm a German. And you know that horse that went into the bar and the barkeeper asked the horse, "Why is your face so long?" It's so pointless to tell that joke in English. And you should actually be able to adjust the quality right now. No, I haven't slept, basically. I have 4 hours of sleep. Because I'm a little bit sick at the moment. And yeah. So the second map between MOUZ Sports and Penta is coming up in a second. You can, of course, stay tuned to the stream. At the moment they have problems switching the map, and as you can hear, it just happened. Come on, load the map, GoTV. Don't leave me hanging. But I hope you don't leave me hanging as well, and hit that follow button. It is completely free, and it just shows me that you appreciate my efforts of giving you the best CSGO action possible. Of course, sometimes you need to warm yourself up, and it definitely was the case today. I guess I'm on top of my performance right now, and I hope you enjoy the stream as much as I do. Casting for you, a follow would be appreciated, and if you want to keep track of me, follow my Twitter as well. You can check it out in the lower section of the channel.